too slick, not enough power. He was a world-class cruiserweight, but the heavyweight division is a different beast. It's where the giants live, where the punches hurt more, and where one mistake can put you to sleep. Critics laughed when Usyk moved up. They said he wouldn't survive. That he'd get bullied, that he was just a technical wizard in the wrong division. But Usyk wasn't listening. He was busy working, studying, preparing. And when the moment came, he didn't just compete, he dominated. From dethroning Anthony Joshua twice to beating Tyson Fury, Usyk flipped the script. He turned doubt into legacy, one giant at a time. This is how the small man from Ukraine took over the heavyweight division and made history. Was dominant, but now he'd be fighting men who weighed 20 to 30 pounds more than him. Men who could end a fight with one punch. His heavyweight debut came in 2019 against Chaz Witherspoon. While Usyk won by stoppage, fans weren't impressed. Witherspoon wasn't a top contender, and the fight lacked fireworks. Critics questioned whether Usyk could take a heavyweight punch or deliver one himself. Then came the battle with Derek Chisora in 2020. He used his footwork and angles, landed clean counters, and pulled ahead on the cards. It wasn't a perfect performance, but it showed he could survive and adapt. Still, the narrative remained. Usyk couldn't beat the elite heavyweights. He didn't hit hard enough. He wouldn't survive against top-tier powerhouses. At that stage, it seemed like Usyk's dream might fall short, but he wasn't done. He was just getting started. When Usyk signed to fight Anthony Joshua in 2021, many believed he was walking into a mismatch. Joshua had size, reach, and heavyweight experience. He was also a former unified champion with knockouts on his resume. Usyk came in lighter and shorter, but what happened in the ring shocked the world. From the opening bell, Usyk controlled the pace. He kept Joshua guessing, moving constantly, changing angles, slipping punches. He wasn't just surviving, he was winning rounds. Joshua looked confused, unable to time Usyk or find a rhythm. In the later rounds, Usyk turned up the pressure. In the final round, he came close to stopping Joshua. When the final bell rang, there was no doubt. The judges handed Usyk a clear, unanimous decision. He was now the unified heavyweight champion. But the critics weren't done. Some said Joshua had a stormy night, that he didn't use his size, that the rematch would be different. In 2022, they fought again in Saudi Arabia. Joshua came in more aggressively, targeting the body and trying to wear Usyk down. But once again, Usyk adjusted. He rode out the storm, took control late, and finished strong. It was a split decision this time, but the result was the same. Usyk beat Joshua again. Beating Joshua once was impressive. Beating him twice proved it was no fluke. Usyk had cracked the code to one of the world's most powerful and athletic heavyweights, not through brute strength, but with brains, timing, and flawless execution. He made Joshua fight on his terms. The rematch showed Usyk's true greatness, not just as a technician, but as a fighter with heart, grit, and the ability to rise under pressure. He didn't just hold his ground against the bigger man, he outthought him, outfought him, and walked away with the belt still in hand. By the end of that second fight, there was no more talk of luck, only respect. After beating Joshua twice, Usyk had only one mountain left to climb: the WBC champion, the self-proclaimed Gypsy King. Fury was taller, heavier, and awkward, a giant with footwork, power, and experience. Many believed Usyk had met his match. The buildup was intense. Fury taunted Usyk's size, calling him a middleweight. Usyk stayed silent, as usual, focused, calm. When the bell rang in May 2024, it was clear both men came prepared. Fury started well, using his jab and weight to lean and smother Usyk. He landed some sharp uppercuts and used his reach well, but Usyk didn't back down. He kept moving, chipping away, finding small openings. In round 9, he landed a flurry that stunned Fury. The ropes held Fury up and the referee gave a standing count. It was a crucial moment. From that point, Usyk had the edge. The remaining rounds were tight, but Usyk's cleaner shots and higher output stood out. When the final scores were read, Usyk was the winner by split decision. He became the first undisputed heavyweight champion of the four-belt era. The man once called too small had just beaten the biggest name in the division and made history again. That night in Riyadh wasn't just a title fight, but a turning point in boxing history. Fans had waited over 2 decades for an undisputed heavyweight champion, and Usyk delivered in style. Some people said Usyk's first win over Fury might be too close. So when the rematch came later in 2024, Usyk had a point to prove. Fury came in better prepared. He looked sharper in the early rounds and landed solid combinations. But Usyk wasn't there just to defend his title. He was there to leave no doubt. He kept his distance early, then slowly began to take over. By the middle rounds, he was landing the cleaner shots. His timing was on point. His footwork frustrated Fury again. Every time Fury tried to corner him, Usyk slipped away or fired back with a left hand down the pipe. This time, there was no standing count, no flash knockdown, but there was control. From round 6 onward, Usyk owned the fight. When the bell rang, the result was clear. All 3 judges gave him the nod, a unanimous decision. And with that, he had beaten Fury twice. There was nothing left to question. He had beaten every top heavyweight they put in front of him, not with size, not with power, but with skill, heart, and discipline. The rematch wasn't just a win, it was the exclamation point on an incredible run. This kind of performance turns a great fighter into a legend. Usyk didn't just win on the scorecards, he won the respect of the boxing world all over again. You could see it in Fury's face after the final bell, in the reaction of fans, and in the headlines the next morning. Usyk had taken the so-called impossible path and confidently walked it. He didn't need to shout, brag, or brawl. He just boxed better and smarter. And in doing so, he reminded everyone why boxing is called the sweet science. Usyk wasn't supposed to succeed at being a heavyweight. He wasn't built for it. He wasn't powerful enough. That's what they said. But he didn't listen. He trained harder, fought smarter, and one by one, he took down every challenge. He didn't just win, he made history. Now he is the first man to unify the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions in the four-belt era. Whether he fights on or calls it a career, Usyk's legacy is already carved in stone. He's the small man who conquered giants and proved that skill and heart still matter in boxing's biggest division. If this story inspired you, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe for more boxing stories, and drop a comment with your favorite Usyk moment. We'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching.